So, I honestly have no idea what I was expecting from this movie. So, let's talk about Deep Blue Sea 2. So, in 1999, a pretty cool shark movie dropped called Deep Blue Sea, which was about a research team developing genetically enhanced sharks that were like super smart, and it all goes sideways, and sharks eat people, blah 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 blah. So 20 years later, Deep Blue Sea 2 drops. I only watched it because Deep Blue Sea 3 just came out, and I'm like, I enjoy the first one for being schlocky fun, and it has L Cool J and Thomas Jane. So I'm like, I'll watch the second one, and eventually I'll check out the third one. And boy, do I regret watching it. But Deep Blue Sea, same exact story for the most part. Scientists in an underwater lab, genetically enhanced bull sharks. This time, the first film had great whites. This time, they're bull sharks. So the bull sharks are smarter and they can take human command, kind of like the raptors in Jurassic World. And of course, it goes sideways, and the underwater base gets attacked by the sharks, and the people are trapped inside, and they have to escape before drowning or being eaten and all that good stuff. So, yeah, this film's not good. My number one complaint, because it gave me a freaking headache. After the sharks attack and crap goes haywire, most of the characters get split up, and each, I guess you want to call, level of the base has its own backup light, and the backup lights all have their own color, which I found to be pretty odd. But there's like orange, yellow, red, green, blue, and they're so bright, and it just is a washout of this color on screen. And every time it was like red, blue, or green, I got the biggest headache, and it was infuriating because that color is the only color you see. Like, there's nothing else on screen but that color and like the faint lines to make out what things are. And it's like, oof. I'm trying to think of something good to say about this and I can't. But here goes something good. One specific scene made me laugh because the lead researcher is talking to another human being in the lab, and like he's like saying that if this experiment goes wrong, he'll just kill the sharks, no problem. And during the conversation between two human characters, it keeps cutting to a window showing the lead bull shark staring in at them. So I'm like, is this insinuating that the bull shark can now read lips and comprehend the human language? Because it's just odd that it's just like chilling while these two are having a conversation when they're in the ocean. Like, bro, you have like miles to swim, and it's just like lurking on them. Like, hey, my guy, I'm still here. I can read lips, my guy. And it just made me chuckle because it seemed like that it doesn't make sense why you would keep cutting back to the shark just creeping in on him through a freaking window. But I took it as they can read lips now, whatever. And if they can't, it makes me smile, it makes me laugh, so kudos. But yeah, everything about this film is poorly done. The acting's bad, the writing is horrendous, the film just creates its own laws of physics. Like, sometimes like the water will rise, but only in certain sections, and like these characters are literally on the same floor of the base, and they're literally separated by one room, and the one room is filling up with water and the other room's like not. It's just like, what is going on? Did no one realize this? Did no one check the script? Did no one reread it? Did no one in editing go, this doesn't make any sense. I don't even remember the soundtrack. It was just generic. Oh, the soundtrack. Oh, now that I said it, the soundtrack just doesn't fit the movie because it's like pop punk and then it's like hard rock and then like the musical score just keeps changing nonstop and it's like a tonal mess. You can't even say the blood and gore is good because a lot of it's CGI blood. The characters are stupid. Like beyond, like early on, some gas tanks get knocked over into the water. So the guy checks it out. He's literally staring at the gas tanks, not even in the water, just over the ledge, pouring gas into the water. So he like totally sees the gas tanks pouring gas into the water. He sees it. Says he says some comment about something, and instead of picking up the gas tank, so they stop leaking gas all in the water, or gas barrels, I mean. So the gas barrels stop leaking gas all in the water. He just walks away, and he tells someone in the base, and I'm like, bruh, you could have did something about this while you were up there. And it's just stuff like that, like characters that are supposed to be like scientists and like be here because they're the best of the best. Just don't make logical choices. And the female lead, for what she's given, she gives a pretty alright performance, but she always has cleavage out, and even when she puts on a wetsuit, she like doesn't fully zip it up. Like she leaves it down here, and it's like that's not how wetsuits are designed. That's not going to help you. Which is also weird because she's like a leading shark scientist, and yet she also does like dumb things. So, like I started this, I don't know what I was expecting. This is a straight to DVD home release film. I don't know what I was suspecting, but Deep Blue Sea 2 is not good. Hope the third one. Apparently, the third one's better. I'll be the judge of that, but yeah, Deep Blue Sea 2, not great. Just go rewatch the first one, because at least that one's fun. But like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, be good people, and thanks for watching.